Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle NSEW from Debbi Minero. Actually, it's north, south, east, west is what the letters stand for, but I like to make a word out of it. Okay. Oh, we had so much fun with this on our Tangle Time session. Just like most all tangles, and especially when we have people that let themselves go, and it's just so neat to see everyone's creativity. I shall have those posted tomorrow, so if you are a subscriber to the channel, you will see those. If you're a subscriber to my blog on my website, you will get the recap video. So I highly recommend both of those. Only if you're interested. Link to my website is on my link tree, which is in the description section below the links to the step outs. All right, now, interesting with this, it could be a grid pattern if you want it to be, but as I was playing with this and really looking at Deb's step out, so usually when I have a grid pattern, and I just use the box that I have printed on my paper as the box. And I see Debbi has one, she put a box inside the box. And I'm like, oh. And then as I'm, following along the step out, I'm like, oh, that has to be there because it is actually part of the pattern. Of course, again, all things Zentangle, you can have fun with it if you want and leave that out if you wish. All right. And I'm just thinking I didn't quite leave enough room to do a double one. So, although, well, that's okay. So I'm going to make another. Do I have enough room? Yes, I do. So I'm changing up pretend I didn't do that first one and I did that last or later. So I'm just going to do another one because if you take a look again not again, I didn't mention it yet, at the For More Inspiration link, and you'll see the inspiration that prompted this from Debbi, and it's a tile, and it has a frame around it. So do take a look at that so you can see. All right, now pretending that this one is the first one I drew. We're going to put a nice big orb in here, and I am going to utilize the natural curve of my hand to hopefully make what looks like an orb or a circle. We say orb because it's less pressure. Yeah, it's all right. I sometimes end up with little weird points in there, but it's okay. And then we're going to aura that. Yeah, I kind of end up with like a curvy square, but it's okay. And then in the center, as center-ish as you can get, we're going to put an orb. I'm making mine a little bit on the small side. All right. We'll see how that works. Okay. Next, we're going to utilize the north, south, east, west. And I'm going to follow this. Well, let's see. Oh, no, I'm going to alternate it. Okay, that's what I'll do. North-south is going to be one way of doing this, and then the east and west will be a different way of doing this. So the first way is we're just going to make, it's basically a heart shape. So I'm going to start, oh gosh, you can't even see that. Sorry. Get my hand out of the way. Maybe if I come this way. Okay. So I'm going to start south. And come up, and you can make your heart like you normally would, right? Like that. I'm going to flip it and do the same thing. Or actually, let me show you, because I've done it this way, and then come up around the other way, like that, and then they can meet in the middle. That's just another way to do it. Okay, and I'm going to skip ahead really quick to, it's my step 5. I don't remember what step it is on Deb's. And what she has us doing is from the base, just a little curlicue, little curve line, and then from the center here, same thing. You know, you can have as much fun as you want with that. All right. The other way to do this, you could do it in one stroke. I managed to do it, and it comes out looking a lot different. So, and I always have to think about it. Okay, so I'm gonna start my spiral here, or spiral like curlicue here, right? Because I want that part inside. So I'm gonna start with that. And I'm coming around, and it's like a fancy S, like that. And then, I mean, the hard part is doing it the opposite direction. Nope. Yes, here. You know, and if it helps to air draw it, so we're doing it like I said backwards. Like that. And you can see how, I mean, it makes this a lot more curvy. So, up to you, whichever way you want to do it. Still second guess myself. Like that. Then, oh, and there was a point here where she thickens this. And that's, you know, again, it's some of these things are definitely an up to you. Okay, and then essentially auraing this curve. I'm gonna try to do it, and I'm trying to think hollow bow. And then depending on, you know, what happens, like on one of mine that I'll show you, I ended up filling it in because I really needed to course correct. And so filling in that section, and it was fine. After doing that, you wouldn't know if I didn't tell you. And then we're going to divide these sections here. Yeah, like that one. And there we have it. Except to do any kind of decorating that you want, or shade, stuff like that. Actually, I might just do some simple shading on this one. And I'm going to shade in here. I'm going to use the Tortillion as I go. Oops. And the reason I'm doing it this way, if you don't know, number one, avoid the number of times that I'm flipping the tile so I don't make people dizzy, because that happens. But we like to, it's a good idea, I should say, to have the tip of the pencil and the tip of the Tortillion where you want it the darkest. Or as I said before I heard that phrase, where you don't want the graphite to go over. Not that I followed all them. Sometimes I'll do a little reach thing, but you know, the likelihood of it, the graphite getting somewhere where I don't want it is higher when I do that. I want to get rid of that line there. Now it looks like a decorative life preserver. That's what I was thinking. Oh, let's flip that and do this just a little bit better. Yeah, like that. Okay, and then, okay, one other thing, because We had so much fun, and I thought about doing this and then I didn't, because it's kind of like it ends up being a go-to for me, and go-tos are nice, but just doing these little flux shapes in the corner is nice. And then we'll fill it in now. Yeah, that looks neat. Okay, let's do those. I'm just stretching for that last one. I'm just kind of tucking it into that this crevice that is formed. Sometimes that's what it takes. You just gotta, however it ends up. But I like the result. Yeah, part of me is like, what was I thinking? I would leave that blank. Huh. Heck no. These sections here. And of course the line ... because that just makes it. In my opinion, anyway. All right, last one. And two, filling in the little gaps is so important too, because it just makes things pop. It's nice to have a bit of contrast, in your tangle work. There we go. Oh, and last bit, because I thought it was neat. Connect these corners. Like that. Oh, and let's see. Which way do I want to call up? Let's, well, maybe just a little bit of shading. Oh, on the corners. Oh yeah, I could do both sides like that. And just bringing it in towards the center, but leaving that center, the natural tile color, makes it look kind of shiny. There we go. That makes it look a little finished. Yeah. I'm debating on one more thing. Debating. Yep, I think let's fill this in. I don't know. It just was needing something. I don't know what to do with it. Oh, that's going to look neat. I'm not going to do the middle because then that'll interfere with that orb. Oh, and that was the one that I really didn't like either. So we can just, yeah, change the shape of it a tad. Yay. Oh, yes. It needed that. Hmm. Although I do feel now like it does need it in the middle. Hmm. You know what we could do instead of that, and if I don't like it, I can still fill it in. I'm just gonna put some other orbs in here. Because really I just have the gap on those two sides. Yes, like it. Perfect. All right. So there we have it. Okay. As I mentioned, we were playing with this on our Tangle Time session here. And here is one that I did. I decided I didn't want to shade it. I kept looking at it. I'm like, I was debating. And I decided no. So, you don't have to shade. Who knows? Next time I look at it, I might say, really could use some shading around. But no, I kind of like it. So that was one, and this is the one that was the one I did first, and it was, as you can see, with those kind of hearts, just making the heart part, and then just because I saw it as we were looking at the samples of Debbi's and things, and this thought just popped into my head, so I had to do it. And it's okay to be goofy when you're tangling, and I like it. It's adorable. So there we go. All right, well, I hope that you have enjoyed this. If you have, please click on the like button if you liked it enough to see more. I would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I mentioned the description section, so there you will find links to the step outs. And then below that is my link tree, where you'll have all my social media links, links to classes. So if you'd like to join in on this kind of fun, come and join us. It's free. I do them twice a day, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. My time here in Michigan, it's Eastern time. It's the same content, just a lot of people come to both because it's fun. And and it's like I said, just a lot of fun. So come and join us. And I do teach on Tuesdays also. Those classes generally have a fee, except for the third Tuesday, which is Tough Tangle Tuesday. That one is also free. So all the information is on my website. I can't remember now if I mentioned. I might have mentioned if I did, because I get focused on this and then things go out of my head. We have a Tangle Addicts community on Facebook if you'd like to join us. If I said it already, then I'm just going to say it again. Come and join us, click the link, answer the 4 questions, and then we will let you in so that the fun can be 24/7. All right, we have a great group there, just super people, and a nice, safe place for you to share your work. All right, so with that, thank you again so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.